All right, let's check out Palantir stock. Do This Before Earnings by Chris Sain.
Or
I like Chris's videos because they're relatively short and efficient. The first 2 or 3 minutes, he's usually going through testimonials, which encourages many of his viewers to join his paid program. I can just skip through the first few minutes and get to the meat of what he says. Therefore, it's very efficient for me to do a reaction to his videos because they're relatively simple and he's pretty direct and to the point.
look at this, guys. Look at what we had, the movement. I sell half. So if I have 1,000 shares, I'll sell 500 because now I made the money. My target was hit. I'm letting my runners, I'm letting the remaining, I'm playing with house money now.
I like the snake plant that he has on the bottom right hand side. Those are really hardy plants that are very good for cleaning the air. And this looks like a succulent, an aloe vera plant. You can actually cut off one of those nodes and eat them, and they're pretty good for you. But in any case, let's get back to the video.
My money. I called these levels. Coach's levels were hit. I sell half. So I had 1,000 shares of Netflix. I sold. I'm just teaching you the formula, okay? You would sell 500, you keep 500. You let the other. This was when team play last week as well. So 2 weeks in a row, this went crazy. I think we bought it at $89 last week, and then we just kept it, and now it's at 124 this week. It is up.
The price action on Palantir has been incredible. I remember looking at a chart, and on every stock that I have on my watch list, Palantir was one of the only stocks that actually had a positive return over the past 30 days. Since the market has been up 9 straight days, that's probably changed. I'm sure that there's other stocks on my watch list that have a positive return over that time frame. But the point is that Palantir has been extremely strong. Personally, I think that it's a little bit overbought. If you look at Tesla when they reported earnings, I think either their earnings or their revenue was down by about 70%. But since Tesla had already been trading at less than 50% of its all-time high, the stock had actually increased in price despite the poor earnings because the stock was dramatically oversold. In Palantir's case, I feel that it's pricing in perfection in its earnings. And yes, if it exceeds guidance and it raises earnings, perhaps it goes up to the 140 level, but I don't really see it spiking up. And I think that there's a decent chance that it sells off to the 110 level after earnings simply because it's been so strong recently. Now, I'm just guessing. I have no idea what Palantir's earnings are going to be like, but from my experience, when stocks are overbought, they really have to hit a grand slam in their earnings announcements for them to continue going up.
12%, nearly 13%, $14. Guys, I couldn't be more proud of you guys. We call it roll with the winners. When you find a winning stock, you have to ride it till the wheels fall off, okay? And then when it dip low, long as you know it's a winner, long as the CEO ain't quit, long as none of that stuff ain't happened, you gotta buy it again because it's gonna go back up.
I mean, the problem with that is if you're trading on margin, I think Palantir at one time was trading below $78 just a few weeks ago. That could actually cause people to get placed into a margin call because at one time, I think Palantir was trading at about 118 and then it fell below $80 and now it's back up to about 125. So you do have to be careful about your sizing. I'll give you an options trade that I would make on Palantir so that way you can take ownership of it below the current market price and also participate in the upside. Then we'll hop into E-Trade and set up the options trade.
Remember, we got this at $20. We took it from 20 to 124 originally. If you've been with me, okay, my vets, we got this at $8 and we took it now all the way up here to 124. Okay, so I have changed a lot of lives, over hundreds of people. Okay, but I want to show you, and by showing up every day, show you how to do it. Palantir definitely got busy. If you made money with this week, let me know. If you have shares of this, let me know. Let me know what your average cost is. Also, let me know if you play options on this too, okay? And what else? All right, so look, the SPY was up 3% on the week. We sitting at 566. I love that we broke through 560 resistance, and then we had resistance at 563. So now next week, the new target is 570. So, okay, you have to clear hurdles first from a technical standpoint.
All right, let's see what else he says.
So I'm going to crush May for you guys.
All right, I really like Chris's videos primarily because they're very easy for me to react to. I skip through about 70% of what he says, and he basically has one primary idea throughout his videos. He entitled the video, Palantir Do This Before Earnings. I'm not exactly sure what it was he recommended that we should do with Palantir. Maybe he recommended that we purchase it before earnings and I skipped through that by accident. If that's the case, then I definitely apologize. It wasn't my intention. But let's hop into E-Trade and see the trade that I would set up. So here we have Palantir. I would go out to May 23rd, which is only about 20 days from now as of this recording. And I would sell around the 107, 108. That would give me $4 of credit. And then I would purchase the 130, the 140. Actually, to be honest, I don't like how the market is pricing these options. The way that the market is pricing these options, it kind of leads me to believe that there's going to be some downside after earnings, or at least the market expects that. So maybe I'll go down to 105, and then I'll purchase the 130, and then I'll sell the 136. And then by doing that, I'll pick up a credit of $1.60, which will give me $160 for every one of these that I sell. I'm not super comfortable with that 105 strike price, considering that Palantir was just trading below $80 a month ago. But if I wanted to be a long-term shareholder of Palantir, then I think that 105 is an okay entry point. Plus, in the worst case scenario, if that 105 gets challenged, then I can simply roll that position forward in time and decrease the strike price. Then I can sell some cover calls on it. So if you have any questions, then leave a comment below. And if you like this video, then please leave a comment and drop a like. And click on the video that's popping up on your screen right now, because YouTube believes that you would enjoy it the most.